Recently, I had a humbling and thought-provoking experience at my local children's museum. I was invited to share my stress reduction strategies with a group of young leaders who sit on the youth of the board of directors. During our session, they share their insights and perspectives that opened up my mind and I hadn't expected. But even before our session began, I asked them to fill out a survey to share the causes of the stress and concern. What came back was not surprising. The results were not surprising, but still a little disheartening. Many of these young individuals told me that they experience stress daily, and school demands is the top cause. Other challenges include juggling with extracurricular activities and also meeting demands and expectations of their parents. Interestingly, when I asked them how they believe reducing stress will help them, what do you think their answers are? Better grades? More successful future? None of them. They're much simpler. They just wanted to be happy. They wanted to worry less and also be able to enjoy their activities more. These aspirations are the basic needs of every human being. What struck me deeply, though, was some of the motivation behind working hard at school. These teens put in their best efforts to do well academically because they don't want to get into trouble with their parents. They're worried that if they don't perform well, they may not be able to hang out with their friends and also do the sports that they enjoy. While these insights only scratch the surface of what these young people are experiencing, they also raise important questions to us, parents. You may ask yourself, how much of your parenting is driven by fear? And how can we create a safe environment for open communication with our children where they can see us as trusted allies that they can confide with rather than obstacles to avoid? You may also want to ask yourself, what role can we play as parents in supporting our children, their well-being, and help them navigate their stresses and the pressures they are facing? And how can we help them to foster a love for learning and also ensuring they strike a healthy balance between hard work and enjoyment? Parenting is undoubtedly complicated. There's so many layers to navigate and understand because each child is unique, just like us. Every one of us is unique. It's a journey that requires constant learning and adaptation. And it is crucial for us to understand that parenting is ultimately a relational journey. It is important to prioritize the bond we share with our children and cultivate the genuine curiosity and strive to see things from their own perspectives. Because when we have that bond, when we establish that bond and trust, we can positively influence their overall well-being, and that can lead to success. But it's not always easy to cultivate that curiosity because we love our children so much that we want them to do well in school. And so then we may use different ways to motivate them, including taking away something that they enjoy or using words and fears that we ultimately didn't want to use. When that happens, we may ask ourselves questions that What am I afraid would happen if my child doesn't do well in school? There are many, many reasons what causes us fears and worries inside us. Sometimes our own fears come from our past experiences, our own pain, and societal beliefs too. And this is when it's important to reflect and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. And that's when our inner work as a parent comes in. When we can support ourselves in that way, we can become more mindful parents. We can assess what truly can help our children and what may intentionally create obstacles to their healthier growth. When we can continuously improve ourselves and learn to manage our own stress and show up as the best versions of ourselves, we can become the guiding lights and the safe attachment that our children desperately need. So it's also about being the parents that we wish we had had if we were in their shoes. So take a moment to ask yourself, what would I have wanted to be parented if I were at their age, if I were at my child's age? And what would have motivated me? I will encourage you to reflect on these questions because they can provide valuable insights and that can help you to forge a deeper connections with your child, and that can help you to navigate this beautiful, complex, yet rewarding journey of parenthood.